Wait,
months
before we do
ago.
closings, what do we think about the Epstein thing? Can we just visit that for 2 seconds? How do we feel about the?
If Misfit has time, then we can.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
Okay, let's limit it to like 5-ish minutes. But
well, yeah, we'll do.
Well, I'm just curious. It seems like the Epstein thing is a pretty big fumble.
Yeah, Pam Bondi should be fired.
Do you think he's going to fire her?
No. But
Why
she should
not?
be. Well, here's the thing about the Epstein files, the whole situation with the Epstein files, right? None of it's really an indictment against Trump, other than he definitely hired the wrong person for Attorney General, because she spent her time lying to the American people about how there was this big bombshell that didn't exist, and now that there's a big nothing burger, it's a bad reflection on Trump. So she should be fired on that alone.
What about the evidence that the FBI was like pointing out like where Donald Trump is coming up in the Epstein files and then filtering that information up to Pam Bondi?
Everyone knew Donald Trump was in the Epstein files, and he knew that when he was releasing them.
Okay, so don't you think like Kash Patel and Dan Bongo Balls, shouldn't both these people get fired too? All three of these people should be gone, right?
What do you mean? Hold on.
Wasn't Kash Patel and Don Bongino, weren't they also saying that there is like huge information that they were going to be able to release?
Before they were in office, before they were in the administration and actually saw the lack of evidence, they made a presumption that there was evidence there that I believe was already destroyed. And I don't think that anybody on your side has any credible argument for the Epstein files when Biden had 4 years to release the Epstein files.
Wait, why didn't maybe Donald Trump destroyed them all?
When
Epstein died, when he was president of the United States in 2019?
Okay. So Donald Trump destroyed them, but not Biden or Obama or Bush. So Donald Trump was president for like 4 out of the 18 years that Epstein was under indictment, investigation, and eventually arrested. It wasn't until Donald Trump put his DOJ in charge that Epstein was actually arrested, right? Epstein was arrested under Donald Trump.
Doesn't that hurt you? So if he was arrested under Donald Trump, put into jail, and then died in prison, in a federal prison, and now, so how would Biden even have the chance to destroy any files? Seems like this is all under Donald Trump's supervision. Maybe Donald Trump was protecting himself.
I mean, he did die in 2019, and that was close to when Donald Trump was on his way out, and he was kind of busy with that whole COVID thing.
It was 2 years after, but...
Well, COVID, I mean, like I said, Epstein died in 2019. And then, so that would give about a year and change where Trump probably could have looked into it more, but I don't think it was at the top of his list of priorities. I think he was running the country.
Do you think there's like a big incentive for Trump to hide that maybe because he's in the files?
Wait, no. Donald Trump is the only person that cooperated with the DOJ and testified against Jeffrey Epstein. Donald Trump kicked out Jeffrey Epstein from his club in Mar-a-Lago 30 years ago and has no contact with him
after he knew that Epstein was stealing employees there to go bring to his own place. Yeah, he let him take one and then he brought him back. And after the second one, he was like, okay, now you're gone.
No, he knew he was stealing employees. He didn't know that he was a sex trafficker.
Oh, that's crazy. Because then why did he fire him after he took the second employee? After he's literally saying on record that like everybody knows that he likes young women and everything.
Yeah, like I think he meant young, like 18, 19. I don't think he knew that the guy was well, I know he didn't know he was a sex trafficker because he's been investigated ad nauseum. Jeffrey Epstein's own victims said they never saw Donald Trump with Jeffrey Epstein. They never saw Donald Trump do anything improper with Jeffrey Epstein. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files as a guy who cooperated with the DOJ against Jeffrey Epstein, and he was listed on the plane along with Ivanka.
If Trump knew that he was such a bad guy, why did Trump make Acosta his labor secretary when Acosta was the prosecutor that cut that sweetheart deal for Epstein in 2001 or whatever?
I don't know. I can't answer that. I have no idea.
And then the FBI said that like, we go ahead and noted all the places where he was in the files, and then the DOJ decides not to have anything.
Let's use your own logic that you're applying to Donald Trump against Joe Biden and against Barack Obama. Joe Biden and Barack Obama are very good friends with the Clintons, and Bill Clinton was on the Epstein plane 27 times. He was on the island. There was a painting of Bill Clinton in a blue dress and red high heels in the fucking building where they were fucking kids. So you can put two and two together and create Donald Trump's a pedophile, but you can't even fucking remotely entertain the idea that Biden or Obama, who had way more time, could have destroyed evidence to protect their fucking social circle. Like, I mean, come on, dude.
No, I don't think that makes any sense. That none of them had.
How?
Well, you said it yourself that Epstein didn't end up being arrested until under Trump's administration. We know that Epstein is on like recording saying that he was best friends with Donald Trump for 10 years. You know that if that same recording existed for him saying he was the best friends with the Clintons or the Obamas, you guys would be losing your mind over. But because it was with Trump, nobody cares about it.
They were friends. They were friends in the 90s. Jeffrey Epstein was arrested in 2000 and. Was it 4? I think it was.
So you think that he just started all of it and got arrested immediately?
No, he got arrested for having an underage hooker. I believe it was 2004. That was under Bush, right? So you had Bush who arrested.
Yeah, but everybody knew that he liked young girls before then. Trump and everybody else had said that. Trump even sent him a birthday card. It was in that thing that got published recently that he got really mad about it, that he's suing the Wall Street Journal for.
The thing that's completely fucking made up. He wrote on like a pubic area. Do you have any idea how ridiculous? Let's not go down that rabbit hole.
You think that whole story is fake?
Yes, that's why he's suing them.
You think that if you sue somebody, it means you're okay? Interesting.
I mean, it doesn't make sense on its face. It's basically like this probably would have come up in the decades-long investigations. It just conveniently comes out now that there was this magical birthday card that shows up right as the Epstein files are.
What about when Donald Trump on video is wishing Ghislaine well, even though he knows that she's in prison or whatever, and he's like, "Well, her husband died, and I wish her well. I wish her well."
I think that's just a saying, but either way, right?
Just a saying?
No. Let's not do the thing where you pivot and try.
I'm not pivoting. I'm just saying there's a lot of connections between Trump and Epstein.
No. Let's go back. You said there's a lot of connections to Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have told you the connections to Donald Trump ceased in the 1990s. Bill Clinton was on the Lolita Express 27 times, and there is a painting of Bill Clinton in a blue dress with red high heels on that has been authenticated and verified by the Department of Justice. They found a painting of Bill Clinton, which looks like a portrait that he posed.
I think we can all agree that Bill Clinton was a massive perv. Like, people on the left are not going to argue with that.
I don't even know, where is this painting?
You haven't heard of this? I mean, go. You can look it up. Look up Bill Clinton blue dress painting. It's real, by the way. So Bill Clinton, who is friends with Jeffrey Epstein after the 90s, on the Lolita Express at the island where they had sex with young children. And there's way more of a connection. So applying your Trump logic of, just a connection is apparently enough to jump to the conclusion that he's, presumably you think he's doing nefarious activities, then you would have to apply that logic to Bill Clinton, which would also incentivize Joe Biden and Barack Obama, and honestly, George Bush too, because they're all buddies, to destroy.
Wait, where do you think this painting? Where do you think this painting came from?
That came from the island. That was in Jeffrey Epstein's.
Yeah, but who commissioned the painting? Where did it come from?
I can't remember.
It was some random Australian artist painted this painting because she thought it was funny, making fun of Bill. And then apparently Epstein bought it and he showed it at his island. This wasn't made for Epstein. It wasn't made by Epstein. And it wasn't
So Epstein was such good friends with Bill Clinton that he bought that painting, brought it to the island so that he could show Bill Clinton and have a laugh.
Or it's just a funny painting because it's a painting of Bill Clinton in a dress on a chair pointing at somebody.
Okay, so again, Jeffrey Epstein was such good friends with Bill Clinton that he bought that
couldn't
painting.
You just buy this to make fun of somebody? Why would you have to be really good friends to buy a painting like this?
Because they were good friends. He was on the Lolita Express 27
times. We don't have.
We've got.
Wait, you acknowledge there's more evidence that Epstein was good friends with Trump than he was with Bill Clinton? No.
No, I would not acknowledge that. I would say that Bill Clinton was friends with Epstein at the height of his proclivities.
So in 2002, Trump told New York Magazine that Epstein was a terrific guy. That was in 2002.
Which was 2 years before anyone knew that he was a fucking pedophile.
Oh, okay. I thought that there were statements of Trump and everybody saying that they knew that he liked young girls and was kind of weird, but...
I think that maybe if there is a quote, young girl, I could say about my friend that he likes young girls, and I'm referring to 20-year-olds. Right, I could be my buddy Paulie likes young girls, right? I'm not talking about children, but okay. I'm not, and that's
a lot of charity. But okay, yeah,
it might be a little bit of charity, but I think that you're maybe jumping to a conclusion that has another explanation. But either way, okay, so let me pin you down on this, right? The connection of Jeffrey Epstein with Bill Clinton, and there's allegedly like the other associates. There's like, if you go through the Epstein files, part 1, the binder files, whatever. I think that it's not a reasonable, or I think it's not arguing in good faith to say every single person that was ever on that plane was a pedophile, right? I think that's a ridiculous statement, right? However, when you're on the plane 27 times and you're on the island itself and there's a painting of you in a dress in the building where they were doing the fucking shady shit with the kids, I think that's more of a connection than a guy who...
When was the last time Bill Clinton met with Epstein?
I think it was in the 2000s.
2002 is when Epstein apparently met Bill Clinton for the last time? So that was the same time that Donald Trump said he was a terrific guy. You said in 2002 nobody knew yet. So why would Bill Clinton have known but Donald Trump wouldn't have?
So I don't know. You might have a good point there. Where are you getting that Clinton's last?
I'm seeing Bill Clinton took 4 trips with staff on Epstein's private plane in 2002 and 2003, and then met with Epstein in New York in 2002. There
was 27. He was on there's 27.
Citing flight logs, U.S. media have reported Clinton flew on Epstein's jet up to 26 times, occasionally without his Secret Service detail. Yeah, but that's just on his plane. That's not even saying he was on there, and it doesn't say anything about him going to his island.
Yeah, no. I think you'd have to go and look at the files, but I'm pretty sure that there is confirmation that he was on the island.
I think he's been on the island, but I'm saying that like he didn't like take 26 or 27 trips to the island.
No, but even one. Donald Trump was never on the island. Donald Trump took the plane back and forth from Florida to New York a couple times, right? So he never went to the island. Clinton went to the island where the painting of Bill Clinton was. Like I'm saying,
if all of this is true, then why wouldn't Donald Trump then just release all of the Epstein files for us to go through? If all of this is true, there's evidence of all of this.
Because I just told you, Donald Trump only had control of the Epstein files if he was paying attention for 4 years, and I don't think he was. But I think that what he did do was indict and arrest Jeffrey Epstein, which neither George Bush did actually, which neither Barack Obama or Joe Biden did, right? So by your own logic, right, what I'm telling you is you have a stronger connection with Bill Clinton, right, which would by your own logic lead to some nefarious intent.
I don't know what you're saying by my logic. That's just not the case.
Well, your logic is Donald Trump was friends with Jeffrey Epstein.
And knew that he was visiting his properties and knew that he was taking teenage workers and hiring them for himself. And then Epstein said that he was best friends with Donald Trump for 10 years. And
that was back in the 1990s. Okay.
Sure. And Donald Trump made Acosta, the guy that cut the sweetheart deal with Epstein, the prosecutor, he made him his Department of Labor secretary from 2017 to 2019. Just seems like a lot of weird connections. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he just didn't make the connection. Maybe he just hired Acosta. But either way, what I'm saying is, but your logic is you're alluding to nefarious intent because of a connection. So the only thing I did was
to be clear, I'm not alluding to. You can be connected. I'll be honest. Like a lot of people, I'm sure, were connected with this guy because he was wealthy. But I'm just saying that the fact that Donald Trump has gone out of his way to have the FBI mark his involvement with Epstein, and then he's saying that they're not going to release anything about it. Now suddenly he's acting surprised. Everybody's so mad about it. He's saying, I don't know why we're even talking about the Epstein thing. It seems kind of weird.
This is what I'm saying. I'm using your own logic. Your own logic is, you said Trump is all over the Epstein files. I clarified to you, he's only in the Epstein files a couple of times. One, where he testified against Jeffrey Epstein. He was one of the people that put Jeffrey Epstein in jail. Bill Clinton didn't testify, right? But none of the other associates testified. Donald Trump was the only person that came out and testified against Jeffrey Epstein. So there's that.
When did he testify against Epstein? What is this about? Which arrest?
I believe it was after the 2004 arrest. I believe it was after the underage prostitute. So
you said he testified in that criminal proceeding?
He testified again, I believe he gave a statement to the authorities. He might not have actually testified.
I just fact-checked it. No, there was no testimony.
He gave testimony. I'm sorry. He gave testimony. He did not testify. And that's confirmed by the DOJ. The DOJ is...
gave testimony where? For what? I don't think this happened ever. I don't think he ever was interviewed or deposed or gave any statements about Epstein to any...
He did. I guarantee it. I am 1,000% sure on this. So... But Donald Trump is in the Epstein files as I'm sorry, when I said testify, it sounded like I meant in court. He was interviewed by the DOJ, and this is all public record. You can actually look up the testimony. He talks to the DOJ when they were investigating him.
I don't think this ever happened.
Oh, I guarantee you it did.
Okay.
Let me ask here. Did
quickly look this up as well.
Jeffrey Epstein.
I don't think it happens.
It absolutely did. This internet appears to be offline. Get the fuck out of here. I pay my bills. I'm on my computer, so. What the fuck? Now my shit's not working. I'll just copy paste it. Give me 1 sec. But no. I'm 1,000% sure on this, so you guys can look up on your end. But
yeah, I'm not seeing anything, so it's hard to say.
Is anyone in the chat confirming me?
Nope, nobody else has
found
found anything.
ChatGPT and says that.
Okay, right now from the Hill, President Trump. Oh, sorry, this is a new article. My bad. Epstein grand jury testimony only contains two. Again, a new fucking story. He's just all over.
That's right. You said you were critically analyzing media, and you can see through the bullshit. So.
Yeah. Trump gives interview. Try interview.
I'll double search.
He was interviewed by the timeline of Trump and Epstein's relationship.
Actually, that's what I searched originally. Was Trump interviewed by the DOJ about Epstein? It says there's no credible evidence or credible reporting indicating Donald Trump was interviewed by the Department of Justice concerning Jeffrey Epstein.
He absolutely was. I'm not even guessing on this. I'm not misremembering.
I think what you're thinking is because the DOJ interviewed Ghislaine Maxwell.
No. I think it was the FBI.
Let me give you a few minutes to look this up, and then let's go to closing statements.
Sure. Well, anyway, all right. Let's because we'll be here for it. I can't believe. Yes, Donald Trump agreed to participate. And this is from NBC News and Politico. Yes, Donald Trump agreed to participate in an interview with the FBI regarding. Oh, this is fucking fuck you. This is regarding the assassination attempt against him. Fucker. Up against Epstein. Okay. Regardless, I guess in order to move on, so we're not sitting here Googling shit. Assume it's true because it is, but all right, fine. You know what? Assume it's not true. Just go with my original point. The connection of Bill Clinton is just as strong as the connection of Donald Trump. So my argument against you, which is essentially using your own argument against yourself, is that if you're going to say that incentive to delete evidence is because Trump is in the Epstein files, I'm telling you Bill Clinton is also in the Epstein files, right?
But if Bill Clinton and all them were incentivized to hide this, then Obama probably would have just deleted everything relating to Epstein, and so they never could have arrested him. And
well, that's what I'm saying. Well, he was arrested under Bush, right? So he was arrested under two Republicans, no Democrats.
Okay.
Right? He was given,
but people say he was given a sweetheart deal under Bush, didn't they?
He was, and I'm not. That's what I'm saying. That's why I kind of did that tongue in cheek. So
was it also tongue in cheek when Trump arrested him?
No, what I'm saying is your logic is Trump. You said Trump.
You keep saying my logic, but you're not citing why I'm saying they have a close connection. There's no Epstein phone call saying he was personal best friends with Bill Clinton or Barack Obama or anybody else for 10 years, right?
Yeah, but Donald Trump, you're talking about 30 years ago, right? Or now it's more like 30.
I don't think Epstein became a pedophile when he turned like 58. I don't think he just like transformed into that.
Yes, but you would have to make a leap from the only evidence you have. The only connection you have was Donald Trump used to be friends with Jeffrey Epstein, who's friends with a lot of people, right? These rich people are friends with a lot of other rich people, and they're all in the same little social circles. Doesn't mean they know what's going on in their personal life. But then Jeffrey Epstein was stealing girls from Donald Trump's employment, and Donald Trump kicked him out and cut ties with him. And then after Jeffrey Epstein was indicted for being involved with an underage hooker under Bush, right? Donald Trump was like, "Oh, I had no idea that guy was a creep. I cut ties with him, like a decade ago or 15 years ago, et cetera, et cetera." And then the women that were in the Epstein files, the only time Trump is mentioned, they are saying, "I never saw Donald Trump do anything with Jeffrey Epstein," right? Never. I think that one of the women said, I might be misremembering, but I think that they might have said that Bill Clinton got a massage, or actually, I think there's like a photo of Bill Clinton getting a massage.
Just a quick fact check: the Bill Clinton. I'm sorry, fuck, you got me talking about Bill Clinton. The Jeffrey Epstein saying that the audio recording where he's saying that Trump was his best friend, that was recorded in 2017.
Where is that? What's that from?
My source is ChatGPT. It was recorded by Michael Wolff. But anyway.
I'm gonna finish my final point here, right? Because again,
right.
what I'm saying is the connection of friends with Jeffrey Epstein is evidence that you would have some incentive to destroy evidence, right? Would apply to Trump, like in your by your logic, but it would also apply to both Biden and Obama. The only difference is Biden and Obama didn't arrest Jeffrey Epstein, but Trump did. Biden and Obama didn't testify against.
If Ghislaine Maxwell gets released right now under Trump, would you agree that that's really bad and highly sus?
That would be absolutely horrible, and I've already made a public statement. I go, if she is going to roll over on everybody and give all of the evidence, at max, you should put her in a better facility, which she's already doing. So I think that it's already happening. At maximum, you put her in a better facility and maybe take some time off her sentence, maybe. But no, you do not let a sex trafficking madam go as a trade-off. And if he does that, you can fucking screen record this because I am going to say it publicly. I will be so pissed off and I will say that this is absolute bullshit, right? You don't release people that harm children just because they rolled over on other people who harmed children. That will be that would put a big stain on his reputation in my eyes.
Okay.
So I don't think you should do that. I call balls and strikes even with Trump. I'm a super fan of Donald Trump, but
if Donald Trump released Ghislaine Maxwell, would you say that voting for Kamala would have been better than voting for Donald Trump?
No.
Okay.
It just wouldn't.
I know.
Because I wouldn't be able to justify those. I would say it's absolutely horrible.
It's all good. We know. It's all good.
But no, I mean, I think that if Kamala Harris was president right now, I think that we would be fucked. Mm-hmm. I think that she would have let the tax cuts expire. I think that there would be. I think that the wars in both countries would actually be worse than they are right now. Mm-hmm. I don't think that anybody in Iran. I think Iran wouldn't even deal with her because she's a woman. I don't think that you can have Muslims negotiating with women presidents. I don't think they're going to do it. So I don't think that she would have been able to pull off Operation Midnight Hammer. But anyway, I know we're going to.
What does being a woman have to do with Operation Midnight Hammer? Isn't that an example of Trump not being able to negotiate with Iran?
Let's go to closing statements.
Yeah, because Muslims don't view women as equals. That was my point.
Well, they don't view Trump as an equal either because apparently they didn't negotiate with him as well. So